this is Artie with Boomers with Beverages, and today we are cooking stew. I got stew on over here, all right? Now, I know you know how to make stew, so we're not going to do that today. But what I am going to show you is how to make my famous beer bread. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients, 5 ingredients, and that's it. 6, no, 12. 12 ingredients, and that's it. Actually, it's 5. So it's real simple. We're going to start by putting 3 cups of flour in this big-ass bowl, all right? Now, I like to use my Mary Ann's. Not my Gingers, not my Mrs. Howell's, but my Mary Ann's. These are dry measuring cups. We're going to start with 3 cups of already sifted flour. That's the good part. Uno. And dos. And 3. I think I got enough. Yes. And make sure it's level. Level cups. Dry cups of flour. All right. There we go. Shove that aside. Goodbye. Next, Clabber-Girl baking powder. I said baking powder. We're going to take one of our measuring spoons, which is a tablespoon. We need 1 tablespoon of Clabber-Girl. Believe it or not, this isn't the only reason it rises. Here we go. All right. Now, it's optional. If you want it, don't want it, it's fine with me. It doesn't make any difference. But I always like to put in at least 1 teaspoon of salt. Otherwise, it's just, flavorless. Get a little more flavor, especially with that. It highlights the flavor. And now for the fun part. A beer. I'm not going to show you what kind of beer I'm using, okay? But we're going to add this entire 12 ounces of beer into this dry mixture. And it's going to be fun. You want to come see? Come on over and watch this. Just come on over and watch this. This is fun. This is the fun part. Oh, look at that.
It's a bit foamy.
All right. We mix that up until we have a nice, thick ball of dough. I know you're saying to yourself, how in the world is that going to happen? Anyway, the foam will go away, and then it gets really hard and sticky. Yum. 12 ounces of beer is a plenty, but I've always thought that 13 or 14 ounces works just as well. If you get one of those big cans that are 16 ounces, go ahead and use the whole thing. That's not going to hurt anything. Now, I've already taken the opportunity. I don't want to overdo this, but I want to pre-shape it to the shape of my lovely bread baking Pyrex. So that's what I've done. All right, now this is the not necessarily difficult, but it's hard for me because I'm a boob. Here we go. And there. Now, this is the part that's going to make it or break it. I've already buttered my bread dish, all right? Now, we're going to put more butter on this thing, all right? Stand by. What I've done is make sure you got hard butter. If you don't have hard butter, it's going to be hard to stick it anywhere. Anyway, we're going to cut up and use about half of this stick of butter to line up beautifully these little squares of butter. That's about all you need, each square. This is going to add a crunchiness to the bottom. It's also going to add a lot of buttery flavor to the top, but you still have that delightful beer, yeasty flavor in the bread completely throughout. Now this is going to melt down, and it's going to melt down every side, and it's going to make that crust really nice and crunchy. Fantastic. Now, I brought it all ready. Now we put it in a 375 degree oven, preheated. But in the oven, I also have a baking sheet on the bottom here, on the rack. And this baking sheet is going to keep butter from splashing and getting on the bottom of your oven. Put it in the middle of the rack, and you want to go for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. No less, no more. 45 minutes. That's it. unless it's not cooked, and then put it in for a little more. But 45 minutes. Thank you. We'll be right back. Okay, we have taken it out of the oven. It's gone for 47 minutes, all right? And look at this. It is beautifully golden brown, and it should fall right out of the loaf dish. Here we go. Let's give it a shot. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's why you butter that dadgum thing. Now, outside is so crispy and crunchy, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a little warm, but this is basically beer bread. It's delicious. And a little butter on it. I know you can't have enough butter. You never can have enough butter. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to eat a stick of butter as soon as I'm off the air. Thanks for joining me, and always be able to find our recipes on our website, boomerswithbeverages.com, and look under In the Kitchen. You'll find Dan Davis and myself and Jim Burrows, and Pete's going to make meatballs sometime pretty soon. I've had them. They're amazing. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind having them with some of this garlic beer bread. We'll talk about that another day. Thanks for joining me. I'm Artie Widgery with Boomers with Beverages, and next time it's going to be even more fun than this. Thanks.